Hi everyone, I'm Randy, and I'm really happy to welcome you to the Back Nine. I want to start out by thanking everybody for all the well wishes and support during my back rehab. I really appreciate it. And I have an update for you. I'm feeling pretty good. I've been swinging some irons in the backyard, and I think next week I'm going to get the green light to start playing again. There was some new equipment announced before New Year's and released. I was lucky enough to review most of it. Now since then, and since New Year's, there's been a lot of equipment hitting the market. 2 days before I hurt my back, I was lucky enough to get a hold of one of the new King Cobra Rad Speed XB drivers, which is replacing the Speed Zone Extreme. I did a review on that club, which was released after New Year's, but I've already reviewed it, and just a quick synopsis. The Rad Speed XB driver is a good driver. It's a really good driver. So if you're in the market for a new driver and you're an average golfer like me, I would consider it. If you have your Speed Zone Extreme already, no reason to upgrade. There's really no difference in performance between these two clubs. My goal for this video is to tell everyone about a lot of equipment that's been announced since New Year's. Most of it you can buy now or order now. I'm going to tell you about all this equipment, and then at the end I want you to comment below in the comments section what piece of equipment should be my first review coming back from my back injury. I'm going to let you guys decide what that will be. So Mizuno announced and have released 2 new drivers that will be replacing the ST200s from last year. For the price and the performance, I thought those were really good drivers. The first of these drivers is the STX, which will be for most people. It will be the more forgiving, a little bit higher spinning, and it's actually supposed to be a little bit draw biased. So I see this as the club they'll sell the most to the average golfer. Then they have the STZ model, which is lower spinning for better players with faster swing speeds. As in recent years, Callaway has 3 new drivers again this year. And guess what? We're back to Epic. So if you remember, we had Epic, then we had Maverick, and now we have Epic again. They have 3 new drivers in this release, very similar to what they've done in recent years. First, there's the Epic Max. I see this as the driver they're going to sell the most of because it's really aimed at most golfers. It's their most forgiving, highest launching, mid-spin driver of the 3 that they've announced. Then there's the Epic Max LS. LS stands for low spin. So this is for better players with faster swing speeds. Then they have a model just called the Epic Speed. I don't know what the target audience or the golfer this model's aimed at. I don't know enough about it and I haven't hit it. The main difference between this and the Max LS is they both have a sliding weight in the heel, in the back, so you can adjust it for draw or fade bias. The Epic Speed does not have that. So it's not as adjustable, and I don't know if it's going to be less expensive because it doesn't have that weight. I haven't seen a price for it yet, but when I find out more about it, I'll try to fit it into a future video. Callaway has not announced a replacement yet for the Maverick lineup of irons. So as soon as I get a sniff of what that may be, I'll let you guys know. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you'll know when my next episode goes up. So TaylorMade has 2 new drivers out. They're calling this lineup Sim 2. Now TaylorMade in recent years have always come out with one model that's lower spinning and meant for better players, and then one that's for the masses, the average golfers and above. And they've done the same this year. So they have the regular Sim 2, which is that better player's club with faster swing speeds. Then there's the Sim 2 Max, which I think is aimed at the masses, at the average golfer and above. This is the more forgiving, a little bit more spinning driver. As TaylorMade normally does, they also came out with new irons with the same name as the drivers, Sim 2. So they have the regular Sim 2 iron, which I would put right in a game improvement iron category. They are a little chunky, but not as big as their super game improvement iron, and they actually have a pretty nice profile. So that's that mid-handicapper model. And then for everybody else, they have the Sim 2 Max OS. I'd put this in their super game improvement iron category. Ping has 3 new drivers out, and they do this with every new release recently. They have the regular G425, which replaces the G410 Plus. This is the model, the G425, that will be for most people. That will be their biggest seller, their most forgiving, their easiest to hit driver. Then they come out with a G425 LS, which again stands for lower spinning. So this is for faster swing speeds and a little bit more consistent drivers. Then they have a Ping G425 FST, and that's supposed to mean straight tech. But what it really means is it's draw biased. So if you fight a slice, it might help you hit the ball a little straighter. Now Ping has also announced with this new lineup, new irons. And they're the Ping G425 irons. These replace the Ping G410s. Now they look a lot different than the G410s, but I don't know about how different they perform. Hopefully I'll be able to find out. Cobra, as most of the other OEMs have done, also has a new line of irons to match the name of their new driver. And that's the King Cobra Rad Speed irons. They're replacing last year's Speed Zone irons, which replaced the F9s, which replaced the F8s. So you get it. Every year there's a new model. They're supposed to be faster, longer, more forgiving. I don't know. I did try the Speed Zone irons, and I'm going to try the Rad Speeds sooner or later, and I'll be able to compare the two. Srixon has 2 new drivers out this year, which are the ZX5, which is for the average golfer, for the masses, more forgiving, easier to hit, and a little higher spinning. And then they have the ZX7 model, which is geared toward better players. Srixon also released new irons to go with their new drivers. You have the ZX5, which is a mid-handicap iron. It's a cavity-backed iron, and I would say it's smallish to mid-size. Then they have their ZX7, which is aimed toward the better player. It's a smaller profile and less of a cavity back. The next model, Srixon did a really good job of keeping it under the ropes. There was no publicity about this iron. I didn't read about it anywhere online, and I have a lot of sources I go to. And a lot of my friends who are in the golf industry were also surprised about this model. It's called the ZX4. It's a hollow iron for Srixon. Now they're claiming, like other manufacturers who have made hollow irons, more distance and more forgiveness. Now, we've heard this before in other announcements. This club looks like a game improvement iron to me, size and profile. Maybe a tad smaller, but it does have kind of a wide sole. So it's an interesting club. I look forward to trying it. I think Srixon makes really good equipment. There you have it. That's a list of most of the large manufacturers' new clubs that came out after New Year's. There's also new balls coming out. I don't have a full list, but I know Titleist has a new Pro V1, and I know Srixon has redone their Z series. So now, comment below what piece of equipment you want me to try for my first demo and my first review, which I'm hoping will start sometime next week. It's your choice. You get to pick it. So those comments are really important. The piece of equipment that gets the most votes will be the one that I demo, hit on GC Quad, and take out on the course and do my review on. I hope this video finds everyone out there healthy and staying safe. If you're lucky enough to be out on the course and playing right now, you know what I say, hit them straight. Thank you very much for watching.